welcome back to Girl Talk. One of our guests today, John Morris Russell. Thank you for joining us. Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra. It is wonderful to see you. And I want to thank you, Erin, for joining us too.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
Nice exactly. This is great.
You know, I finally made it. Girl Talk.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, I love this.
We got a lot to talk about
Yes,
today.
indeed.
Let's start at the very beginning. Let's start about how long the Symphony Orchestra has been in existence here in Hilton Head.
Well, this is a special anniversary. This is our 40th year. And it's my 10th year with the orchestra as well. And boy, that's kind of strange. I think about, boy, I've been with the orchestra for 25% of its existence. It's interesting. The orchestra kind of started out as being kind of a volunteer organization. There are so many people who love to live here in the Lowcountry. And they were amateur musicians or had played in college, and they wanted to get together, and so it was, it was just a kind of an amateur, hey, let's put on a show. And then over the years, they would bring in some ringers from the Savannah Symphony or from Charleston to kind of bolster the ranks.
Sure.
And for, gee whiz, for more than half the orchestra's history, it was this kind of little amateurs and pros coming in. But then within the last 20 years, it became a fully professional orchestra, and it pulls musicians from all over the Southeast.
And do they audition for that?
Some of the principal positions do audition. Many of the other ones we have lists.
You recruit them
of great players who come from. I mean, many of them, will drive for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, and we get people from Florida, from Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, and of course, Georgia, South Carolina, Atlanta as well. And these players like to come here because of the exceptional quality of the orchestra, and also there's a great feeling of family amongst everyone. A musician will come for the weekend, stay at the home of one of our supporters, be treated like a king or a queen, hang out at the beach, have rehearsals, play Tchaikovsky.
Love it.
It's a wonderful experience.
How many concerts a year do you do?
We probably have about 9, 10 concerts.
9 or 10.
And we have our subscription concerts, just about one a month during the season between September and May. Plus the Hilton Head International Piano Competition.
Yes.
We have Symphony Under the Stars, or outdoors concerts that we do both in spring.
We've gone to that.
And also
That's
in fall.
amazing.
Spectacular.
Yeah. Spectacular.
And how do you develop the themes for each performance that you have?
Well, that's interesting you say that now, because we're programming now, right now, for music that we're going to be performing next year.
Oh my gosh.
Is that tailored around the composers that you bring in?
Well, actually, a lot of it, I kind of start with the soloist, whomever we're bringing into solo with the orchestra, because, those people have special pieces that they really do well. And so when I find kind of the soloists and what repertoire they want to do, then I can kind of build the rest of the program around it. I kind of look also at the really great masterworks, the pieces of music that everyone loves, the great symphonies of Beethoven or Brahms or Tchaikovsky, and those favorites. We always want to have something that people are familiar with, that are the real
resonate.
That are the awesome works. But then we also like to find some works that aren't played that often.
Maybe
but
push our boundaries a little bit.
Well, it's not just that. It's kind of bringing to light music that just has not been played for one reason or another. And for example, we just had a composer that we featured, Florence Price, African-American woman composer from the middle of the 20th century, whose works are incredible. They are. It's like Gershwin, but better.
Not a household name, right?
Exactly, and it's her work has been kind of obfuscated, and over the past several years, people have been discovering what a fantastic composer. So we want to make sure that we can perform these types of pieces that people might not be familiar with.
It is really interesting. You need to come back. We
so
need
passionate.
more. He's passionate.
I'm
You know
excited
your
about
stuff.
this season.
Me too. And 5 minutes is
Contagious.
definitely not enough to get all the information out. So please come back.
Oh,
All
absolutely.
right? Stay with us. There's more to come on Girl Talk.